Liverpool 3, Cardiff City 1. Liverpool go through to the next round where they play Norwich City. A very strong lineup picked again by Jurgen Klopp as he's finally taking the domestic trophies more seriously than in years gone by when it's been a little bit more experimental. Liverpool fans are absolutely loving it. Harvey Elliott returns with a goal. Luiz Diaz starts his Liverpool career off in style. A little bit of controversy. Should Kelly have been sent off? A lot of Cardiff fans are calling for it, but the sheer quality and class of Liverpool shine through. Make sure you hit that like and that share button. This is the Football Terrace. This is the match reaction. Let's go. If you're on the lookout for a new pair of jeans, fancy a new shirt, just want to update your wardrobe, today you are in luck. The Football Terrace is again partnering with Boohoo Man, where we can give you an extra 10% off their entire clothing range on their website right now. All you need is promo code TFT10 and or the link in our description below. So when you're finished here, go check it out. Go get yourself some brand new clobber. A little bit of a discount from the Terrace. Big thank you to Boohoo Man. Now let's smash this like button. Let's start the stream. Let's go. Welcome back, everyone. Very good afternoon for Liverpool fans, really and truly. They get themselves through to the. I think this is the first time Jurgen Klopp's got this far with Liverpool, I believe. Maybe he's done it one other time, but they're not used to these dizzying heights of the latter rounds of the FA Cup under him. You saw from the starting lineup today that Jurgen Klopp was taking this absolutely seriously. You saw that he was going to be giving his absolute all in trying to. He's trying to win this tournament. He's trying to win the League Cup. He's trying to win this tournament. He's trying to win as many as he can, especially with the title race being maybe just a little bit beyond reach. The squad is there. And I think the AFCON has actually proved to be a brilliant time for Liverpool Football Club because it's shown the squad, it's shown Jurgen Klopp, it's shown the fans, and it's definitely shut rivals up who believed that without Mane and Salah, Liverpool couldn't perform. They've won every single game. They've looked just as good in their overall play. Of course, you miss Mo Salah, best attacking player in the world right now. But overall, Liverpool have still been very, very strong indeed. Today, we saw Luiz Diaz come on after about 55, 60 minutes. And a little bit yesterday, we saw it with Bentancur at Tottenham yesterday, just looking sharp. Looking ready, looking like he is ready to start playing from the off for Liverpool. No one's going to get carried away. There is still, of course, a long, long way to go. But he looked very sharp indeed. Excellent tenacity to win the ball back. He was there in the right place. Showed great determination, which set up the killing goal, really, that took the game completely and utterly away from Cardiff City. And then, look, you don't have to be a Liverpool fan to be happy for Harvey Elliott. A horrendous injury right at the start of the campaign when they played Leeds United. And for him to be back so soon, to be back scoring, to be back looking fit and fresh, well, it's always a lot easier when you're younger. Your body heals quicker than if you're in your mid-20s or early 30s or whatever it may be. But he picks up Liverpool's third and his first goal since returning from that injury, which just kind of put the game to bed for all intents and purposes. It was done, it was dusted, it was out the way. There was, though, some controversy in the game, and I want to get some takes and opinions on this. I missed this incident. I literally went to make a drink, and I came back, and this incident had happened. And there was a lot of talk about maybe Kelly having needed to be sent off. Of course, Cardiff player was, I don't think it was a clear goal scoring opportunity. I thought it was more for the height of the challenge, the studs on the calf. VAR checked it and deemed that no red card was needed. All I came back and saw on social media was like Liverpool, a lot of Cardiff fans and rivals of Liverpool kicking off and fighting and arguing about whether or not that should or should not have been a red card. And of course, at the time, the game was 0-0. So it was a very pivotal point in the match for Cardiff City fans. If they lose their goalkeeper and they go down to 10 men, who knows what happens? And we'll never ever turn around and say that and deny people the chance to have their say on it. I still think Liverpool would have won the game personally, but I want your take and I want your views. We're going to go to some of your comments here. Terry, I still remember your Liverpool will struggle with AFCON agenda. Well, you don't, because I never said it. I never said I guarantee you Liverpool struggle. it's been spoken about on the terrace, not just by rival fans, but by Liverpool fans. There was a sense, there was a fear, there was a worry that Liverpool may go through a bad patch when they lost those players. But if you can, I will stand up and apologize. If you can find me a clip of saying you're definitely going to struggle when you lose those players, like you're going to be awful, you're going to be crap, wouldn't have come out of my mouth. I said you needed to sign some players, but definitely didn't say that. So you saying you remember me having that agenda is just a lie. Imagine coming on the internet on a Sunday when you could be spending it with your family lying about me. Oh, you done yourself there, my friend. You done yourself there. Pillow here says Cardiff robbed. See, again, I think that's too much of a stretch to say Cardiff today were robbed. Like that's an absolute madness to say they were robbed today, because they weren't robbed. The reason why Liverpool have a very strong lineup is because all their players have returned from injury. The second team ain't looking too bad now, is it? And look, this is what it comes down to. So everybody's got to put this into context. Strength in depth is subjective. When you're talking about the league title race, let's see how far you finish behind the league leaders. In terms of your squad being weak, I think sometimes people take things literally instead of contextually. So let me give you an example. Compared to 95% of the Premier League, Liverpool's strength in depth is brilliant. But when you maybe compare it against the top 4 or 5 teams across Europe, some may say it's a little bit short. They are two different things. So, and Liverpool, you have to compare against the upper echelon, the high percentile, because that's who you compete against. You're not comparing Liverpool's squad against Brighton's, against Cardiff's. That would be an absolute madness. But people sometimes have this wide stretching berth of, well, it's stronger than Norwich's, so why are you saying ours is weak? Why don't you focus on Norwich? Because they're not in the title rate talk conversation. You know, that's what it kind of comes down to for me. Comment here says haters will always hate on Liverpool. Haters will always hate on Liverpool, especially the Arsenal and United fans. Yeah, and listen, bro, you're on. It's you, Dreetan. I mean, Dreetan, you come on to every single video we do on the terrace and hate on something, and that's just life. That's how some people are, my brother. And you're one of those guys, 110%. Let's have a little look here at some more of these comments coming through. Terry and David said Liverpool would finish 4th or 5th due to their weak squad and AFCON. Why are we all pretending they didn't know? Again, so listen to what I said. See? Jeez! Receipts. Go back and watch the preview shows. I said Liverpool will definitely finish inside the top 4. I said their squad needed 1 or 2 extra players if they were to win the title. What I then said, if they suffered any major injuries to key players for like season long, so they lost Van Dijk again for the entire season. Mo Salah did a cruciate in November and missed the whole season. Then they might fall lower. So no, you are again wrong. That's what happens when you don't listen to. That's what happens when somebody says something that you don't want to hear. Of me saying I don't think you're going to win the title. Straight away, you shut your ears off like this, and it all becomes muffled. And it's like
I can't hear anything now. I can't hear the rest of what. I'm not even going to listen to the rest of what he's saying, and I'm going to make an assumption.
I did not say you would finish 4th or 5th because of your squad and AFCON. I said you wouldn't win the league because of it. And so far, you're not winning the league. You're 6 points behind, 9 points behind, or whatever it may be. Yes, with a game in hand. So again, some more cap. I did not say that. Did not say it, not once. Banter FC says first half was a preseason friendly. Second half was better. Yeah, look, it was. It did improve. And in fairness, Liverpool were like Man United on Friday in the first half. They created the chances. They just didn't have their finishing boots on. But Liverpool were more cutting edge than Man United. They're more clinical than Manchester United. And as long as they kept creating those chances, as long as they kept on creating those chances, that was always going to be the case and happen. Comment here from Dinesh says, Terry, you are right. I knew when you have your back 5 and your midfield players, sorry. Let me read this again. Terry, you are right. I knew when you have your back 5 and your midfield players, you know many teams will not soccer or score. I kind of get. I don't really get what you're saying there. Again, when your full team's back, you're generally stronger. That's the same for everybody. But remember, every team at nearly every moment has injuries. It's just part and parcel of football, so it has to be managed. There's no doubt. I'm loving the Liverpool fans. And Terry, you definitely said that. I know that I didn't know. I know that I didn't, guys, and you know that I didn't. You're just trying to twist it now. Just trying to twist it. Let's have a little look here. Liverpool say they have no depth, but they are still winning games. Well, in fairness, Dom Hussim, Ram, quite a few others. There were a lot of Liverpool fans also saying the same thing as well. But again, you've got to contextualize it. These guys weren't saying we lack depth, we're not going to win anything. We lack depth, we're not going to finish in the top 4. They were talking about winning the league title. Can you imagine this season if Liverpool had Luis Diaz from the summer as an example, and obviously didn't lose Harvey Elliott, which was an injury, started off very well. Do you think if Harvey Elliott, this is a question to Liverpool fans, I'm talking about depth here. If Luis Diaz started the season in your squad and Harvey Elliott didn't get injured, or you had somebody else of his quality or above, would you be 9 points behind Man City? For me, it's a no. You'd be a point or two, if not level with them. Having an extra strength in depth is also key. But you're splitting hairs here, but you have to split hairs when you get down to the small inches of challenging for titles. Terry, you stated what was obvious for any team in history. Well, absolutely. But people are asking me for my opinion. Sometimes their opinions are obvious. Like, who's going to win out of Norwich and Man City? Man City. It's an obvious thing to say, but it's what I believe. Sometimes you have to say the obvious thing because it's the thing that is right. There we go. Splitting hairs. I think that's a pun in there, my friend. It's a pun in there, my friend. This Tony Introvert here says, wow, Salah and Mane to come back. Wow, wow, wow. And look, Liverpool, they're coming back to a really nice time for Liverpool. A really, really nice time for Liverpool. They're going to come back in where they're a game away from going 6 points behind Man City to put pressure upon them. They've got Luis Diaz that's joined the team. Harvey Elliott is returning. League Cup final to look forward to. Champions League nights, which always boost Liverpool Football Club. It is going to be excellent. It's going to be an excellent run-in now. And what I'm hoping for as a neutral, let me take my Man United hat off. I'm actually hoping for a few little step-ups from City, Liverpool win those games, and we have a title race. And I watched the Milan derby yesterday because it's a title race and it's a derby. It gave it this extra there was an extra B to the bang. There's an extra level of like quality out there that I don't think should be ignored. Jota is better than Firmino, is what David here said. Let me say this now. Look, Jota is a brilliant football player. He's a better goal scorer, in my opinion. And when I say I'm talking about what I would call poacher's goals, being in the right place at the right time, headers from close range, a really good opportunity in the 4th minute that was brilliantly saved, by the way. He's got a poacher's instinct, but he's technically gifted. He reminds me, imagine Michael Owen with better technical ability. Probably not quite as good a finisher as Michael Owen, but as better technical ability. So that's what he reminds me of. And one of the things that also reminds me of Michael Owen is how good he is in the air for such a short man. The ball finds his head, and when you've got fullbacks that can cross like Liverpool, you've got a great opportunity there. Firmino, for me, was brilliant for Liverpool. He's a Liverpool legend, one of the greatest attackers they've had in the Premier League era because of what he helped them win. But I think things have come to a point now where it's time to move him on to pastures new. It's as simple as that. Winnerpool here says Terry, Mane, Firmino, Salah, Jota, Origi, Elliott, Minamino, Diaz, Deepit. And do you know what? And when you look at that, adding Diaz into that mix is what levels it up. Origi and Minamino I'm taking out because most of you don't overtly rate those players, okay? You couldn't rely on them for 5, 6, 7 games on the bounce, but good to come on the bench, good against teams like Cardiff. Now you've got Diaz. When you've got Jota, Mane, Salah, okay, your main 3, Diaz added to that, the young, brilliant talent of Harvey Elliott behind it, and then everybody else working to support in the cast, that's what happens. That's where the strength comes in. Absolutely. But as stated, you didn't have Diaz. You lost one of them to injury. And you were able to stay in the top 4 because you've got brilliant players. Mo Salah's form was amazing. But sometimes that extra 1 or 2 players here or there. Why do you think Man United and Arsenal fans are so angry right now? Because our squads have been weakened in January. They've been weakened. Nothing new's come in. An injury or 2 in certain areas. And suddenly you're now relying on inexperienced players to carry you. It's an absolute madness. Absolute madness. It really is. We've got Zayn and Ram coming on very soon, people. Big up, Terry. If we had Diaz from the summer, it wouldn't have mattered much as it stands right now. Our defense has come up short so far. Well, look, I think partly it's been the defense at times. I mean, again, even Cardiff today got in a few times. There was a call for a penalty in the first half against Konate. I didn't think it was. I thought the Cardiff player made too much of a move to get in front of Konate, so I wouldn't have given it. It's one of those where the attacker's kind of initiating the contact more than the defender. But again, it's just those little areas. It's like, again, if you had Thiago fit all year, I think the situation's slightly different. You control the midfield more. But you can't rely on an injury-prone player to be fit the whole year. You just can't do it. It's as simple as that. So that's a little areas to improve in the summer. But thank you for that super chat, my brother. Liking the depth now. League will be tough, but 4 trophies to play for. The sky's the limit. And that's what's great for Liverpool. Everything is still on the table. Everything is still there. Of course, fitness of particular players, their form, rivals' form as well is also going to be key. But Liverpool are still in a good position. They're still in a good position for every single tournament. And the way they're kind of moving the ball at the minute, the way they're kind of clicking, they look dangerous. Liverpool only lost 2 games all season in all comps. It's not about how many games you lose. It's about other things. I think draws have been the issue that you've had in the league. It's been the leaking of goals in particular games. And again, Joel, listen to what I'm saying here, my brother, and I appreciate the super chat. It's splitting hairs at the top echelon of the conversation. You are irrespective. You're still one of the top 3, top 4 teams in the world. But when we're assessing you based on comparisons against those people. Do you get where I'm coming from? It's like you're very, very good. If you finish 10th in the Olympics 100-meter sprint final, but you're a second behind the winner, you're a million miles away from the winner, but you're still one of the best sprinters in the world. It's fine margins at this end of the spectrum. And Liverpool want to win the league title every year, and that's what was being referred to. Anyone who completely wrote Liverpool off and said they were going to have a terrible season, that they weren't going to qualify for Europe, they were going to go out in all the cup competitions early, I think they're fooling themselves. The one thing that's helped you in the cup competitions this year, and I think this is also helping with the development of your squad, is you're playing stronger teams in the cup games, which means you're not hanging certain players out to dry. You're not sticking Minamino in a team with a bunch of 16, 17-year-olds and telling him to hold the fort. You're putting in some of your experienced pros around him as well, and all players are elevated when they're surrounded by more quality. Joe Grant, great super chat. Thank you for sending that in, my guy. I appreciate that. Make sure like buttons are being smashed this afternoon on the football terrace. Look at this here. Jota tap in FC. Bruv, just go and look. Go watch Lionel Messi's like greatest ever 12 months of goal scoring and see how many of his goals are from close range. If you took all of Messi and Ronaldo's close range efforts away, one-on-ones, tap-ins, headers from 6-7 yards out, right? Then I'll guarantee you, I've never looked, but I'm going to guess. Remove at least 40 to 50% of the goals they've scored. Do it. Tap in FC. It's not a tap in. It's movement, anticipation, knowing where the ball's going to be. It's an element of football that's almost unquantifiable. And Diogo Jota is a master at it. He really, really is. Ram and Zayn about to come on with me now. But listen, remember, people, we are sponsored by Boohoo Man over the course of this weekend. You can get an extra 10% off of all their discounted products already. Got some great stuff available on their website right now for all age ranges, younger people, older people. Their gym range is brilliant as well if you're currently in the mood to work out. So go click on the link in the description below. Check out the website. Use our promo code TFT10 and you get a further 10% discount off of everything. So when this is done, go and treat yourselves and get that over the line. On the show with me next, as I say, Ram's on, Zayn's here with me. Hit the like and share button, people. Let's do it. Hi, gents. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. What a performance. Not gonna lie. That second half was brilliant. Like, first thing I gotta say, Luis Diaz is a baller. He's a baller. He's an old-fashioned baller, has tech. And I didn't see much of him, but those little moments you see, that little touch, the little turns, his running with the ball is just absolutely brilliant. And that assist was, I was fire. A lot of players would have run it out of play, but the guy with the ability that he has on the ball just got it past. I can't remember that Cardiff defender, and then slid it across, and then Minamino had an easy tap in to score. So all in all, great performance. Harvey Elliott, my boy scored coming back. So all in all, a great day for Liverpool. Not gonna lie, great day.
Absolutely. Look, it was very good to see Harvey Elliott come back and play. The one thing that even rivals don't wish upon each other is, major injuries and problems like that. And he's come back. I mean, medicine now is so good for these types of injuries. Like people coming back from leg breaks and knee ligaments within sort of 4 or 5 months at times, which is crazy. Zane, what's your take, bro? You're on mute.
Right, first off, big up to all you salty rivals, bruv. Man United in the mud, bruv. What are you saying, bruv? Relax yourself, bruv. You're done. All you other rivals hoping will slip up today, bruv, because let's keep it real. The championship teams have got an advantage because they've been playing regularly over the break. So as you saw yesterday with other results, it took a while for the Premier League teams to get back in kind of shape. So, but we got there, right? And you, man, all there say, I don't know what I'm talking about. Did not my man say, we're a cup team this year, bro. We're going to be doing well in the cups. What you haters saying? And juggle ball fans can't read, bro. You're a hater, bro. Shut up, relax yourself, bro, because I am correct so far. So behave yourself. And Terry, if you want to ask a question later on about how Liverpool will do in the title, we'll talk about that. But as for the game, boy, I'm going to say I was impressed the way that we controlled, because that was a banana skin. Let's keep it real. They were physical, they were rough, and fundamentally, we had to control ourselves and calm it down. And Jota, again, big love to the guy, because like I said, I have never cussed that guy this season because he's delivered when he needs to, unlike Mane, right? So all you Mane haters out there, you Mane fanboys, that's facts, bruv. And then Minamino, bruv. I keep telling you about this, brother. Do you get me, man? I don't care, man. He's a squad player, yeah, and what? But fundamentally, for a successful cup-winning team or a league-winning team, you need them squad players that come in and bang in goals and do their job, bro. Because that second goal was important, bro. And we needed that, and that's calmed things down. And all you man are like...
not going to lie, that wasn't a great finish.
It doesn't matter, bro. Goal's a goal, bro. But let's not relax about it, right? And he played pretty decent, nice link-up play every now and again, so... All you man about there about I've got an agenda. Nah, bro. My eyes tell me what I seen, bro. And he's all right. I'm not saying he's gonna be a world-class player, but allow the brother. And now and again, boy, when you need a man to step up and score goals in the cups, you cannot say he has not done it, bro. And then are we gonna talk about the red card, the potential red card for the keeper? Because let's be honest, bro, that wasn't no red card, man. People are reaching if they're trying to say that was a red card, bro. No, bro. That's what I mean, right? If you actually see it, that Cardiff player did not even have control of the ball because basically Kelleher missed the ball, bro. He got to the ball first and then literally went through his legs, and then the follow-through obviously caught the striker. So I think a yellow card was fair. That's it. Ain't no more on that, bro, because... Keep it real, bro. He did not do it intentionally. If you saw the replay,
well, look, intention doesn't. Again, so whether I think it's a red card or not, intention is irrelevant to that type of tackle. What are you saying, Ram? Because a lot of rivals are saying that it was harsh on Cardiff. It's very high studs. He's got the guy's leg. If that was the other way around, if on Thursday night when you're playing Leicester, James Maddison goes into Harvey Elliott and does that to his leg, would you want a red card?
No, I don't think. I don't think is enough. Like when I looked at the replay, there was a little bit of contact, but it wasn't as much as I thought it was when I looked at it in normal speed. So I think for that moment, it was a yellow card. But if it was higher and he had proper contact, he would have been in big trouble. But luckily he didn't. So I think it was a yellow card. It's not a red card. I think rivals are stretching. They are really stretching.
I think a few people here saying like any higher and it's a red card. I mean, that's his calf, is it not? Like you can't.
No, he got him in the ankle. That's the thing.
Yeah, ankle, bro.
Right, the actual contact is on the ankle. I mean, from that slow motion, it looked like he got his calf, but the actual replay.
Yeah, actually, Terry, back up. Can you go back to that picture? The second, can you see the ball is under his backside? You can see a bit of it under his. Can you see it sticking that yellow bit? Right.
Yeah.
So all I'm going to say again is, I could understand if the man had control of the ball and that kind of stuff. But fundamentally, he missed the ball and then the follow through went through. So really and truly, was it intent? I don't think so. And obviously, he did click the guy. So yellow card is a fair decision, bro.
I say this on it. I understand why it was given as a yellow. Maybe didn't have control.
Exactly.
The full contact wasn't there. But it's also one of those where if it happens to your team, if I forget like Cardiff in the FA Cup, Champions League, semi-final, Salah's going through on goal. That exact same thing happens. Every cop I know is saying red card, denied a clear goal scoring opportunity, and everything else. And it's one of those. It is one of those. I mean, Kelly got lucky for me because again, if he connects, what it also is, he hit the side of his leg. If he hits the guy's shin or front on, it's a straight red. The game would have been different. So he just
Terry, that's disingenuous. Every every fan would call out for a red card. It happened to them, bro. It's not just for patch, bro.
Listen, but I'm only saying that because we're talking Liverpool here specifically. But yeah, for me, I watched it and I understand why people are calling for it to be a red. I don't know. I don't know for me. See, a lot of people had in the comments.
People are salty, bro.
Fans saying not. We've got Peterson here with us. What are you saying, Peterson?
Yeah, not a red. If you watch well, he was trying to get the ball. His eyes was always on the ball, first of all. Second of all, he had Konate just beside of him. So let's say he dribbled past the goalkeeper. Konate is still there, so not a red card for me. And guys, are we doing this now? Like people in the chat trying to say like, oh, Jota is not a good player because he scores easy goals. Guys, he's scoring the goals that he's supposed to score. So
that goal he scored wasn't easy. I thought it was harder than that first chance he had. Like, I don't think it was a great ball.
Exactly, I agree with that one. That goal was not an easy goal. It was a perfect goal. And also, we forgetting the goals, the 3 goals he scores against Arsenal and Atalanta, the hat-trick, and also Everton. He scores amazing goals as well. So let's not try to say that he's not a good player or he's a tapping player or whatever. He's a really world-class player.
Do you know
he's really becoming world class?
Do you know what I'm saying about this? Is my view since I've been doing this thing on socials. Whether it's a player that your own fans like hate internally, or like rivals have a problem with somebody, when they start to criticize things that are a positive. So when they criticize, like people that criticize how many goals, like when people started with Bruno Fernandes, when people for the first time in the history of football started to say that penalties weren't real goals, that's when you know you've got a brilliant football player. Do you get where I'm coming from?
No, we don't. Because relax yourself. He got frauded out, bro. He got found out the other game, bro. Let's not keep it real.
Hang on. So based on that logic, based on your logic, you've said that Mane's been playing badly recently, right?
Yeah, from time he's got 8 Premier League goals. Yeah.
Let me ask my question. So you've said that Mane is playing badly and should be dropped, right? Does that mean that he's been frauded and found out, and all the past scories for Liverpool would mean nothing because he's in bad form now?
I'm talking about your guy that you've been bigging up for time, bro. I call him Fernandes for a reason, bro.
Zane, stop deflecting from the question.
I'm not deflecting. I'm talking about your Fernandes, bro.
You've just been done. Fernandes is not in great form right now, but you're not listening to the point.
Telling me, bro.
And that's fine, but does that undo all the brilliance he's done in the past?
It doesn't, and like with Mane, but like I said, I've been calling consistently for Mane to be.
Zane. So stop. Let's stop going off track here and get back to Jota. My point is, when you have rivals and start to play down brilliant things your players are doing, it's because you have an excellent football player. I'm actually bigging one of your players up here, and you've gone off on a tangent. You're a madman.
But by the way, Terry,
crazy.
Terry, I do believe Bruno is exactly the player that United needed. So whatever people say about Fernandes, it's an amazing player for United, and that's what matters.
And this is the thing, and this is what I'm saying about rivals. Any rival that's now turning around and saying, "Oh, Jota's just a tapping merchant," that means they're scared of Diogo Jota. That's what it's down to. You see it internally in your own club sometime when two players that rivals are kind of putting off against each other. Each camp kind of like plays weird things. Man United have this issue with like Rashford being a nice guy upsets certain Man United fans. It's like, I hate the fact that everyone thinks he's so nice. They are desperate for a scandal to come out about him. It's weird. That just tells you you've got a decent player who's turned out to be better than their favorite player. It's very weird behavior. I don't really understand it, but it's just what it is. It's just.
By the way, Terry, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you make sense? Because I wrote that in the chat earlier. Do you make sense of the loan of Diallo? Do you make sense of that?
The what?
The loan of Diallo, Ahmed Diallo.
Ahmed Diallo. to Rangers.
I don't necessarily think he's good enough for Man United.
Wow. Even
KJ,
right now? Even right now?
Even right now, you know, Elanga, the same at Man United. I look at players, and generally within 4 or 5 appearances, you can. So one thing they've both done is they've had moments in games. That's a good trick. That's a good flick. That's a good dribble. There's something a bit off about that. You saw the last. I know they're older. So forgive the excuse. But today you saw Luis Diaz come on, and there was a sharpness, a directness. Player. You saw Bentancur when he came on for Spurs yesterday. Straight away, like, there's a player in there. You can kind of feel it. Those two, they're younger, so of course there's more time. But I'm not surprised Ahmad's gone out.
Terry, what about Harvey Elliott today?
I'm just finishing.
Elliott against Burnley.
I'm just finishing my sentence, saying, give me a second. And so I think for me, back to the final answer to the question, it's a case of I just don't see it happening. What was your question about Harvey Elliott?
Yeah, so obviously Harvey Elliott went on loan, as we all know, went to Blackburn. He developed all that, and now look at him, because when he came back, because I told from the start that he was starting this season. He was a starter, right? Because what Klopp saw in the summer, because he had that loan at Blackburn, become a man, got foul, kicked, whatever in the Championship, whatever. So now when he came on, you could see straight away he made a difference. Come on, he affected the game when he came on, bro. And he's a young future. So why not Diallo and them, man? Obviously, if they get a chance to, I'm not saying, they're going to be something decent. Okay, but why not?
Okay. Again, because I think Harvey Elliott's a better footballer. It's not rocket science. When I look at them, I think I just haven't seen enough of them in games that they've played where I've gone, I felt the same way about Chong. I remember Man United fans fuming. I forget his name now, that when we let Angel Gomez leave. Oh, he's going to be a baller. What's he doing? Like, he's a good, like, all these people, all of them are going to have good professional careers. They're going to play at a high level, earn good money, and be there or thereabouts. But Chong went out on loan. Everyone was angry. Chong's a baller, bruv. He's got tech, bruv. No, he doesn't. He's not a Premier League footballer. Angel Gomez was another one. Everyone was absolutely up in arms. He is going to go on to be the next big thing. It very rarely happens. If you actually look at most players clubs loan out, look at how many get loaned out and how many actually come back to your team and spend 5 years in your first team as a regular stalwart, progressing your team forward. I guarantee you'll find the percentage is less than 1 in 100 loanees ends up doing that.
Okay, Terry,
let me finish. And even with Harvey Elliott, it's very early days yet for you to turn around and say he's gone out on loan and he's smashed it at Liverpool. He's played about 5-6 games. Like, you've got to slow down before saying he's made it at Liverpool.
All I'm going to say is what's that mean about your transfer policy? Because we didn't pay bare millions, bare dollars for thing where Diallo would need.
Why are you asking me this now on this stream? You know my thoughts on our You know how shit I think we run as a club. Why are you asking dumb questions?
Why are we talking about United? Not gonna lie.
Because I don't get a chance much to talk about United, and they're in the mud, bro.
Dial into a Man United show then. Like the link.
I'm not allowed to, bro. I'm not allowed to, bro.
Yes, why is your wife not letting you or something? What's wrong with you?
No, you don't let me on, bro. When I want to have a go at Man United,
everybody's allowed on. Samuel's here. What are you saying, Samuel?
You're right, guys. Good performance today. I just got 3 quick things to say. The red card, you can see that it can be given. You can see it not being given. Like, it just depends. Now, the reason why the rivals are talking about this so much is because they got nothing else to say. Let's just be point blank period with that. They got nothing else to say. Second of all, when I know the other guy mentioned about people in the chat talking about Jota scoring easy goals. Weren't they not the same people in the chat saying Bobby Firmino goals or something like that? Now we've actually got a guy scoring goals. Look at them changing their tune, changing the goalpost. Oh, no, Jota has scored easy goals. You were the same guys that were saying Firmino was scoring no goals. We got a guy that's scoring goals. Now your voice has changed, flip-flopping all the time. So Liverpool fans, don't even take notice of him. Now, the third thing I want to say is this. Now, I know other people in the chat earlier were getting on to Terry saying, Terry said Liverpool finished 4th. I'll say to Liverpool fans, it wasn't Terry. You need to call out a guy called David. Now, yes. David, I need to pick him up with this because I haven't been on the show as much. But David said, around this time period, because I remember, Terry asked him, do you worry about Liverpool? And he said, I'm not worried about Liverpool because around this time period, they will fall away. I think he was talking about his own club, Chelsea. But I need David to come back on and explain what he meant by that because he's clearly wrong. So
because
don't
apparently
get onto Tariq,
we've
get
got a
onto
fraud of a
David.
German manager, Sam.
Yeah,
That's why.
I think in my actual predictions, again, my prediction is going to end up being wrong. I predicted Chelsea to win, Liverpool second. I think
City
I put
third.
City third, Man United fourth. So we may end up with me getting 2 right. I think right now I'm saying Liverpool are going to come second. I think Man United still might come fourth, but I'm getting the champions and third place teams wrong. But yeah, I definitely didn't turn around and say Liverpool we're going to drop outside the top. I don't know where that lie has been made up from.
And
but
I know people
crazy.
in the chat are saying it was Daniel. Trust me, I know that what Daniel said. I've revised it. I know what Daniel said. He said something different, but David said that specific point, which I know nobody on the panel has ever picked up David on, which I need David's answers on right now. But
Exactly,
obviously we'll get there.
And also, I want his answer on this C-Tech clock, bruv. This Tuchel, that bear man have been gassing out, bruv. He's getting found out again, bruv. So let's see what happens with that as well.
Zane, apparently you don't touch Klopp, bro.
Oh,
Tuchel's
exactly.
Klopp, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Exactly, man.
That's what he
And
said.
let's keep it real, bruv. And there's a man here like Terry, bruv, done a masterclass video on this masterclass.
Hang on.
Again,
Again,
give it real, bro. You did, bro.
Hang on a minute. So there's again, you know what is Zane? Like for a 40-plus-year-old man, sometimes you have the brain of a 3-year-old, right? You are so binary. I think Thomas Tuchel is a brilliant manager. Where did I say he was better than Jurgen Klopp ever?
No. The gas. I never seen you put a video on Jurgen Klopp, and his tactics, bro.
One of my biggest ever videos was praising Liverpool for being the best team in the world. This was over 2 years ago when you were the best team in the world.
He did.
So why? So you, bro, this is what I mean, right? I praise Liverpool more than any other Man United fan on social media, but because Zane, in your little brain, I'm not praising them to your levels, right? To your levels, you're crying like a little baby.
No, I'm not crying. Actually, I'm just calling out the fact. Sorry, Terry. Let me call out the fact. I call that Tuchel was overrated.
So you're angry that I think Thomas Tuchel's a good manager, but not better than Jurgen
No,
Klopp.
I'm not angry at all. I just find it funny because when you get exposed, it's like, boy, because I called this from the start that I don't rate the guy. And boy, let's see what happens.
What's being exposed? And by the way, he's a Champions League winner right now. He can still win the FA Cup. He can still win the League Cup. He can still win the Champions League.
Terry, just on that.
Hang on. How are you calling him a fraud now when they're still in all the tournaments?
Terry, who was that that Z-Tech Chelsea manager who won the Champions League? Was it Di Matteo? Was that? No. I'm gonna hear that.
Yes,
same energy, bro. Same energy, bro.
Wait. So you are comparing. You think Di Matteo and Tuchel are the same level of manager?
They're the same thing. They're the same thing. They won a Champions League, bro. That's what I'm gonna say, bro.
But you also Tuchel had a career before Chelsea, my bro. He did.
Oh my
God.
God.
What did he do at Dortmund? What did he do at Dortmund? One cup, bro. Not like.
Guys, we won 3-1 against Cardiff.
Zane, you're talking to a guy
we won 3-1 against Cardiff. Please, guys.
Like Zane. I don't rate Tuchel like that. I don't rate Tuchel as the way Chelsea fans do. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But I don't do you and actually disrespect the guy. He's a good manager. I think he's a level
PSG,
below
bro?
the likes of Pep and Klopp, in my opinion.
What happened at PSG, bro? Again, the players didn't like him. He can't
But he
handle.
also took them to the final, which no other manager, the likes of Ancelotti and Poch, who failed to do that.
Don't bring Poch into this, bro. But
what about
did he lose?
Ancelotti? What about
Did he lose?
Ancelotti?
Exactly. We don't talk about it because he lost, bro.
Zane. Carlo Ancelotti, legendary manager in football.
And he's won multiple.
Okay. Just yes or no. Legendary manager in football, yes or no?
Of course he is, bro.
What about him at PSG?
Like I said, it's not always the thing.
You're muddied. Listen, bro.
I'm not muddied, bro.
You are muddied. So what you've done, you've sat on here and you're trying to say why you're muddied. You're muddied. It is absolutely fair to believe that Jurgen Klopp is better than Thomas Tuchel. I don't even think Chelsea fans in their heart of hearts would go, that's a bad take.
Are you sure, bro?
But on a real level, again, forget trolling for a minute. Forget that. Just drop 10-year-old stuff for a minute and be a man for a minute, Zane.
I'm not.
Be a man.
Chelsea fan if they rate.
Be a man for a minute, Zane. My point to you is this, brother. My point is this. You have just said that Di Matteo and Thomas Tuchel are the same level of manager. That is ridiculous.
In my eyes, bro. Okay, like I said, let's see if Tuchel stays to the end of the season, or does he not get sacked at the, give it by December next season. He'll be gone at Chelsea, and then come back to me. Come back to me, bro.
Okay, so we'll go back to this then. Carlo Ancelotti, legendary manager.
Yeah.
in most people's eyes, he was sacked too early by Chelsea because that's their way. It doesn't make you a bad manager because Chelsea sack you, per se. So again,
Yeah, but he's got money in the bank, bro.
Your football knowledge today
Yeah,
has been absolutely exposed, Zane.
Listen,
Zane, you're
this is what I have to say
talking
about
you're
this.
talking about Carlo Ancelotti at PSG. We all know Carlo Ancelotti knows how to deal with big personalities, and he still couldn't get them to a Champions League final. Tuchel, with probably one of the biggest personalities in football, in Neymar, got them playing good football and got them to a Champions League final. Who got beaten by the better team at that stage in Bayern Munich? So,
Do you know what?
I hate Chelsea. I hate Tuchel.
Yeah,
but I don't understand why you're giving him this much hate. You know what I mean?
No. I'm gonna keep it real. Let's see.
Zane, we're moving on from this now. I don't understand why you just come on here. Your youngsters just got a goal. Diaz has made his debut and played well. You've won, and you're sitting here calling Tuchel Di Maria. That's mate, bruv. This is weird. So hang on. So I call Freya and Jackson in here now. You three can have a tea party and chat.
No, bro. Like I said, Terry, come back to me when the man gets sacked, bruv, and then we'll have this conversation
Terry,
again.
Can we talk about Liverpool, please? Man?
Yes, we can. We can definitely go back to Liverpool. Ram. What do you now want to see? I mean, how happy are you now seeing Klopp play these stronger teams in the cup ties?
I'm very happy. You know what I'm very happy about is also he's integrating a couple of the youth players in there, getting them that little bit of experience and not leaving them out to dry as well. The likes of Jones and Elliott are being molded in and around the likes of Trent, Diaz, Jota. They're getting their experience and they're learning from probably the best. So I'm very happy because the main problem that we've had for the last couple of seasons is that we haven't challenged in these domestic competitions, but now we have the squad to challenge in these competitions. Why not go for it? Like it's just like if we don't get it, we don't get it. But if we get a Champions League or a Premier League and have like a FA Cup or a League Cup on top of that, it just makes things even better. Like a double is better than one trophy. You know what I mean? So I think our squad right now has the capabilities of doing it. So
and the thing with me is that when I look at this Liverpool team, especially when I was looking at this squad in the morning when the lineups came up, I already thought about the Champions League and I thought, do you know what? We have a very, very good chance of winning the Champions League because when you have the likes of Mane and Salah coming back, and if our squad stays fit, the Champions League is looking really tasty for us. It's looking really tasty. But also the fact that I'm all about trophies and I'm all about getting one over Man United in our overall major trophies. If we get a League Cup or FA Cup, we move further away from Man United with our major trophies. So that's important.
And for me, the most important. Sorry, quickly, Terry. The most important thing is that winning mentality. I want these players at a young age or at a certain level to keep on having that taste for winning trophies because that's the most important thing. City's been doing it for the last God knows how long, the last couple of years, because they've been winning trophies consistently, and that's why they're being such a dominant force as they are right now.
That's why.
They knew that. So do you want to say one thing as well? The momentum, right? You know, in the season, you need the momentum at the right time. At the moment for Liverpool, we are getting the players back. We're freshened up again from the break. Our key players are coming back. Mane and Salah are in the final, so their confidence is high. So in one way, all the omens are looking good in terms of we've got a final. If we win that final, it's all dependent. If we win that Carabao Cup final, I think we could have a potentially amazing historic season, bro. Potentially.
You could. And look, I got back to Samuel's point. And I'm glad to hear a Liverpool fan actually come out on social media and say this with chest. His legacy. And the reason I've been very frustrated with some Liverpool fans who've tried to play down the importance of winning additional. We won a Premier, the Champions League. They're the big boys. That's what matters. And I'm like, nah. Because when I sit in spaces, on shows, chatting to fans, on and off camera, it's always, this is how many trophies we have won. That's why we're the biggest and the best. So if you boast all your trophies, then all your trophies matter. Therefore, stop playing down trophies that your club is saying, oh, we can't win for this reason, we can't win for that reason. Because I've always felt it was a little bit of cap. I've always felt it's a little bit of cover and people have kind of twisted it. Liverpool Football Club have a great opportunity this year to add 2 or 3 trophies to the trophy hall. Again, which takes you further away. One of my aims that I would love Man United to achieve, and it should be almost like pinned up in the club somewhere. You know, we want to have the most Premier Leagues, the most FA Cups, the most League Cups, the most Champions Leagues. If your club has the most of all of those trophies, You are undeniably the GOATs. No one can challenge you. Forget points totals, winning runs, how many away wins, sizes. None of that matters. When you've got the most amount of trophies, that is the commodity that counts. And Liverpool have got a great chance here of adding a couple of domestic trophies. What a great round of draws again for all the big teams remaining. All miraculously missed. This means
City, bro.
the quarterfinals, the quarterfinals are going to be absolutely epic if those teams go through. And it would have been even if Man United would have gone through, they would have got Tottenham, so there would have been a clash between the two. There's no way all six were going to miss each other, but because we're awful. Go on, Peterson.
Well, think about that. Man City have been doing that for the past 10 years now. So let's say in 15 years, no one will be able to say to City they don't have any history, because we're not only chasing the league or the Champions League. So they're doing the history now, so people cannot talk shit in the future.
Absolutely, mate. There's a comment here that says domestic trophies add to the legacy. I mean, I don't know if that's a question or of course they do. Like, I don't know where this has come from. It seems to be in the last decade since social media has become prominent. Like this playing down of how important domestic trophies are. They are huge. They are gargantuan. They're historic. The FA Cup, especially. Do people realize? One second, mate. The FA Cup as the only cup competition that has a higher global audience than the FA Cup is the Champions League. It's watched more than any. At the FA Cup weekends get watched globally more than some other top domestic European leagues. It is that important. How it has been played down. Again, I blame one group of people. I blame the fathers. I think fathers are responsible for their children not respecting the tournament. Now, I've got some comments here. That we've got to go through here. First one here says that is a red, not gonna lie, in my opinion. That's from a Liverpool fan. Bro. Salty. What a goal from Elliott. Exactly. LFC 4L says here. Drifty says that's not a red. There we go. The next year says Tottenham might have helped Liverpool for going for Diaz, buying him early. Now Klopp can rest Mane and Salah after their return.
Thanks, Chris.
Michael Ramsey says Rubbish Jones isn't a Premier League player. Gone next season.
This guy also said Harvey Elliott is not going to be a top player for Liverpool. So
watch these people, man.
We'll bin that.
That's what he says there.
Agenda.
Jjames here says that picture on the screen looks like it should have been a red, but if you watch the whole clip, it's a yellow.
Exactly.
Is what James got to say. Yeah. Jota makes the goal look easy, is what the main stand has got to say here.
Class.
Hardip says deluded fans like Zayn.
Relax yourself, bro.
That's a bad name.
Yeah, whatever, bro. Shut up,
Zayn, today you've been moving man, my bro. You've been moving man.
Zayn here says Zayn says he uses his eyes. He should have gone to Specsavers. We have to be mindful about Zayn though. Zayn is like getting very old now. Man's probably got cataracts.
Listen, bro, relax yourself, man. I don't want to stress you too much. Your plugs might fall out, bro. Relax, man.
Mate, listen, bruv. Do you know what? With or without hair, I'm 10 times better looking than you will ever be, bro.
That's a violation, bro.
I'm shorter than you. I'm shorter than you, and I'm bolder than you. But me and you comparing looks is like comparing Mr. Blobby.
Triggered. That's all I'm going to say.
That's all I'm going to say. Triggered. I'm the one who's calm. You're the one who's laughing like a 2-year-old. Come on, my G. Right. Guys, David's here with us now. What are you saying, David?
I'm so confused. I'm so confused why this guy...
Answer for your crimes.
First of all, I thought you played quite well, even though, again, the red card is debatable, but that's by the way.
This guy.
What is that? You can't sit here and be like, oh no. If that happened, if the Cardiff keeper did that, I know all of you.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't, bro.
David, I wouldn't. David, I'm a hypocrite. Because I'm a hypocrite. If that happened to us, I'll be calling for red.
Because I'm a hypocrite. Everyone's against us. The referees hate us, bloody blah. I know you guys. You guys are a freaking.
Stop deflecting. Come here for
you do the same for Anthony Taylor, my guy. Stop it, man.
So Samuel, you said that. I said that I'm not worried about Liverpool because I think they'd fall away. Mm-hmm. And then Ram said that I think Klopp is a dead manager, both of which are untrue.
No, I never said that you're a dead manager. You said that he's like Tuchel's levels above Klopp. That's what you said.
I've never said Tuchel is levels above Klopp.
Yes,
really?
Champions League final.
I said that I think Tuchel is a better manager than Klopp, and I think he'll prove that by being more successful when in their times in England. That's what I said.
Okay, Dave.
Oh.
All right.
David, I don't know about that one, the manager one, but I specifically said you said that Liverpool will fall away at this time period.
My point was
You said that, bro.
Why I didn't think they were going to win the league is because I didn't think they have the squad depth. What you're forgetting, Samuel, is that I wasn't even talking about Chelsea. I said that United would win the league because I thought Ronaldo would come in and do that.
This boy don't know ball, bro. This guy's delirious.
The reason
I was one of the only Chelsea fans to say that we ain't winning this league because I said we don't have squad depth.
No, do you know what? I agree with you. I always say that David and Jem are the only ones or the Chelsea fan base that said that Chelsea won't win the league. When people were saying in the comments it was Daniel, I said no. Daniel said something different. He said Chelsea were going to win the league. That's what I need to get onto Daniel for. But what I was talking about with you was that in this time period, Liverpool have actually gained on City, then fallen away. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm trying to go back on what you said and say, what was your thinking behind it? But okay, you explained yourself.
My thinking is that your squad depth isn't great, and I didn't think your backups were very good.
How about now?
Can that opinion change though?
Yeah.
How about now?
It can change, but I don't think it's going to change yet.
David, has Minamino scored more goals than Werner?
Is Minamino a good player? You're laughing, but you're sat here acting like I've said that Timo Werner's an absolute game changer.
You want to know the irony in all of this? If Chelsea or Liverpool don't win the league, then it's elementary
It's
anyway.
nothing.
Because the conversation was all about whose squad's good enough to win the league.
We're still winning the Champions League. We're still winning the Champions League.
Listen, and again, to be fair to David, when people are calling him out, David wasn't asked could Liverpool win the Champions League. He was asked could they win the Premier League, and he said no. Equally, we know what's happened with the managerial thing, and we all do this as rivals. If someone says, Terry, who do you think's better, Pep or Klopp? If I say Klopp, City fans don't hear that. If I say they're both amazing, but I think Klopp's slightly better, City fans hear, why are you saying Pep shit? That's how children like Zayn think. That's how their brains...
Hold on. What am I getting involved in there? No, that's violation, bro.
It's either you think something's the best or you think it's rubbish. It's like, no, I kind of...
No.
I prefer EastEnders to Coronation Street, but I like them both. I like chicken pie and steak pie, but steak for me is better. You can like two things at once. Or think two things are very.
That's why I hate the Hazard and Salah conversation, because if you say Salah is better than Hazard, then people automatically think that Hazard you think they're saying Hazard is a crap player. Or I know when people say Hazard is better than Salah, they're saying that Salah is practically a crap player. That's why I hate that conversation so much.
No, but I actually have a problem with that, so I'm not going to lie.
Do you know what, Terry?
I hear that you do. It's
all
just,
right, Terry, I'm disappointing you, right? But can I ask you a question, right?
Why are you disappointed in me? Go on. Ask me a question.
I've got an agenda, right? Because we've got the Mane Salah final tonight, right? We've got the Mane Salah final tonight, right? So my agenda is I want Salah, even though Egypt is a much weaker team, to win it, because I want Salah to win the Ballon d'Or. Because let's keep it real, Messi robbed Lewandowski of that Ballon d'Or, right? And what did Messi do? He won a Copa America and a Spanish FA Cup, right? So if Salah wins the AFCON and he wins potential Champions League, FA Cup, whatever, I want no excuses. I want Salah to be the Ballon d'Or winner there next season, bro. That's my agenda. That's my agenda, bro.
And you can have that agenda, but we all know the people that win the Ballon d'Or are the most popular players around. And you could win the AFCON, you could win the Champions League. That still isn't a guarantee of him winning the best player. When it comes to me, player awards are almost, they're flawed.
AFCON maybe though, Terry, because a lot of journalists
but people don't rate AFCON
journalists.
To be honest,
that was the whole point of
World Cup tax.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. It depends on whatever else you win and who else does things. If PSG go on and win the Champions League in their league, I don't care how many goals he gets, they're going to give it to Messi again.
Yeah. Imagine if Messi wins the World Cup this year with Argentina. It's Messi.
I wouldn't be surprised if they delayed the Ballon d'Or awards until later into 2023 because of the World Cup being at the end. Yeah, I hear you. Listen, Mo Salah's amazing and I think he's brilliant, but I don't pay any real attention to individual player awards because we've seen in the last 2 big events where they've been given out, they're fraudulent, and like,
Yeah,
they
they
picked a team that was like 2 at the back, 5 in midfield, and 10 up front recently, didn't they? It was mad. And I'm like, see, they're finessing all the popular players that are huge on social media so their fans flock towards it. It's false. Anyone who takes player awards for the last 25, 30 years seriously is just deluding themselves.
No,
It's
but Terry,
based on what they deliver in their team and what their team wins. That's how you know when you've got a real star player, man.
in the banter debates, I mean, I'm a petty guy, but if Salah wins it, 2 Liverpool players have won the Ballon d'Or, and no other English club, have done that.
Exactly,
So
bro.
I swear Manchester United have.
Ronaldo once. That's
Ronaldo, no, 2 different players. 2 different players.
No, but
Yeah,
Ronaldo
Ronaldo's
won it. But I swear Dennis Law's won it, and I swear Bobby Charlton's won it.
Oh dear.
I might have to look that up. Not gonna lie.
You're talking about
You sure about that?
in the Premier League era.
Premier League era. Who else won the Ballon d'Or at Liverpool?
Michael Owen.
Michael Owen did, yeah, when in its early inception. But I think you know what's weird about the player awards as well? Like, over the years, they've just evolved and kind of changed, because didn't the Ballon d'Or used to be what used to be the European Player of the Year? So like you'll find some older players that were like European Player of the Year, but I think the Ballon d'Or evolved into it. So yeah,
Because I think Kenny Dalglish won European Player, but not Ballon d'Or. So it works.
Premier, yeah, that'd be cool. Guys, listen, I appreciate you all tuning in and having your say. We're back live later on today with more content for you. After the AFCON final, we will be doing. Thank God they've actually got no games on at the same time that we're not contracted to cover and look at, etc. Everyone who's tuned in, thank you. Smash the like button before you leave. Congratulations to Liverpool, and of course, young Harvey Elliott for getting his goal after that horrendous return from injury. We do have another super chat that just came through at the end. It says the Trinity are still the only trio to all be Ballon d'Or winners on the same team. Yeah, that's well, I don't think it was called the Ballon d'Or back then, but it's the equivalence of, I'm sure they were, but I didn't hear you say Premier era, so fair enough. Kevin Keegan won it twice though.
But he was with Hamburg. He wasn't with Liverpool.
That wasn't when he was in Liverpool. Yeah. I don't know the exact dates, but yeah, he was a great player, Kevin Keegan. He was. Everyone who's tuned in, thank you. Take